Hello, guys. Welcome to Study Abroad Stories. Today we have a fascinating guest, Malika, who started her study in a private university here in Germany. Then, after completing 1 year, she switched to public universities. You might be wondering, but we will take you through like her journey, how she did it, and right now she's doing her Erasmus. You might be also like not aware of like what Erasmus is. No worries, we will cover that thing also. She's doing her Erasmus in Budapest, and we would like to welcome Malika to our podcast. Welcome, Malika.
Thanks a lot. Really glad to be here.
Okay, glad. I'm super happy that we managed some time to talk about your journey, especially because I really inspired how you came to Germany, and I would love to know, like, before, going through like all the questions which I have in the mind, why you to Germany to for your bachelor study? I mean, why not like other countries?
Um, Firstly, free education, of course, because a lot of university in Germany. Why I chose Germany, there is a long way that I have been here. Firstly, I was planning to go to Australia, but then I changed my mind, and then I was like researching for other universities in Europe because I lost my interest in Australia or even USA. So, why Germany? Because Germany has always been known for a strong education system, especially with many public universities offering tuition fee programs. But I began with a private university, unfortunately, but later I decided to move to a public one for a more affordable and diverse academic environment. Yeah.
Wow, that's a bold move. I mean, it's really nice to see like, the people who came to like Germany to do their bachelor in private university and then switching to public. That's what we also recommend because paying the fee and other things, it's really hard here. But I'm super inspired by your step. But was it challenging, like from switching to private university to public university?
Um, Actually, there are a lot of requirements and criteria that you need to meet, like GPA, language, and I also had a placement test. It was not really easy, of course. It was although online, but it was not really easy. Yeah, I mean, you have to do a lot of like paperwork and documents. So I would say it's not that hard anyway.
Oh, okay. I mean, sometimes people might be like, kind of like feeling it's hard or something, but I mean, Malika did it for herself, and especially if you want to switch, do some research. That's what we can recommend, right? I mean, do some research, get like the knowledge about the university, and also like see where you are eligible for that university, that particular university. Make a list, and then you know, do that. Apply. Okay, and so you came here for bachelor, and if I'm not wrong, you went to like a small city or town. Like, how was like the accommodation system? Did you find so easily like the accommodation, or was it like a helpful, like your university helped to get accommodation? How was it?
Uh, my university offered dormitory, but it's like a very few rooms. Then I knew one person who was from Nepal who used to live nearby that where I live. So she helped me find that room, but it was not very fancy or like a very good room. It was a very old home, and there I used to share the place with some Indian people, some Indians, specifically they were South Indians. But my room was private, but the like public kitchen and the bathroom was like shared. So. it was not that hard for me to find accommodation, but it was
So
not really good.
yeah, I mean, it's fine because like in the beginning when you come to like a new country, you cannot expect to have like a kind of like a luxury apartment or like, and also like pricing wise it's also like difficult. You have to cope up with your budget
But
and everything.
okay,
So
people from Nepal, especially like coming from Nepal, and I think South Asian people have a lot of expectation. Like, we have in our mind like how abroad are. Like we've been seeing movies, we've been watching everything, and we have a really like high expectation. But when you arrive here, it's like expectation and the reality hits
oh,
different.
yeah. So it's like the Insta reel, like expectation and reality is totally
Yes, yes.
different. So guys, if you have like a high expectation, maybe it will. You might be like, ended up having like the same expectation what you have in Nepal or like in your country. But just us, when it comes to like Germany or like any foreign country, it's not that easy to, like accommodate with all these stuffs. In the beginning, it's really hard. I mean, like we are like as a company, as a person, we are helping a lot of students and we are seeing every like, all the situations. It's really difficult, but you mentioned like you got like a accommodation from your contact. So
Mhm.
that's also indicate like we have to also like, be in contact with our community. Let's say you are from Nepal, so you can also be contact with not only with Nepali community, but also with like different community because we also share some of our culture, food and everything. So do you think like the coming student who want to study here in Germany, they should also contact like some community or like some people who are already here and get like some kind of like a I mean I'm not talking about like getting a professional guidance, but like just a grasp of like how German life looks like. So do you feel like they should be in contact with someone from here?
Of course, definitely, because it helped me a lot. I met a lot of people from Germany, and they helped me a lot throughout my journey since the beginning, like when I was in Nepal till the date. I have been looking forward to a lot of people, and like I'm very, very glad I met a lot of people, including you, of course. And I'm very glad
Thank
that I met you in the journey. And of course, yes, I would suggest people to try to contact in groups or individual, or just like give your effort, like put 100% of it. You will get back from them, of course, like.
Great, great. Thank you. Yeah, I mean that's also like really nice suggestion. I mean, especially like the newcomers, you really have to kind of like talk with the people who are already here, get some kind of like insights because if you are going to a consultancy, I mean, it's nice you will know like little bit about like the process and everything, but most of the time they don't have any kind of like, experience how like the life here in Germany is. So better to
Mhm.
do some research, talk with like person who are already here, and then you will know the insights. I mean, I personally get a lot of text and there are people who tell like, okay, hey, I I am not eligible to apply for this, but they have like really good like CGPA or GPA or grade like really good grade with like IELTS 7 or above. And
Mhm.
consultancies they say like, no, you're not eligible, you know. So you're not eligible in public university, but in reality you are eligible. So you have to do some research. That's we can also suggest. Okay, talking about, I mean, you are right now in Budapest. You are doing like your exchange. I mean, I think most of the people don't know like what like Erasmus is. So can you please like give some kind of like, share some experience about your Erasmus exchange and or maybe also like just tell us like what Erasmus is, whether like student get funded or like just little bit about Erasmus. I'm not going to ask you like to explain everything, but just a little.
Okay. Personally, for me, I am doing a bachelor's in international management, and for my course in my university, this is compulsory. We need to do a semester abroad for us, but we have a lot of options to choose from, like USA, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, India, we and Europe, including. We have a lot of options. So, as far as I know, Erasmus is like something you just go from one country to another within Europe, and then you will get a funding from your university, or I think from a university for your living cost. I get around 3,000 for 4 to 5 months, and I don't have to pay the university fee here. So I think that's a really good like opportunity for you to explore and know a lot of things.
Yeah,
Afraid out.
and no, it's fine. Okay, was it hard to apply? Like how you apply? Like let's say I mean, okay, I know about Erasmus program. I know a lot of things because I travel a lot from our university side. Even I went to like also Italy back in 2023 for not for Erasmus, but it's also like something called like BIP, blended intensive program. So we will talk about that. But let's say I'm totally new. Right now in my university there are like two students from Nepal. They came. They don't know anything about Erasmus. So how they can find some information? Like let's say like what will be like the first step they have to do if they want to do Erasmus?
Personally, I would say don't miss any emails that is sent by your university. That's the main thing because I have been to a lot of programs from the international office, and later when I talk to my friends that I went to this and that, they are just unknown about it. So that's the main thing first you need to do because um, I don't know about other universities, but my university they make sure to send every details of scholarships and this kind of information by your email. So like make sure to check your email. If not, then just consult with your international office first and they will guide you through everything. But to talk about the processing, I mean, it's not that complicated, but it's complicated because you
Oh,
need to go through a lot of paperwork and a lot of things. And sometimes when your mind just like you feel like you just can't take it anymore because you have to go a long way for the paperwork. So like sometimes the international office, your coordinator, your professor, the host university, and everything. So yeah.
okay. I mean, you mentioned about like the paperwork. So what I can tell you like to all the people who are watching this video, this podcast, the paperwork is like something where most of the things are like online also. So let's
Mhm.
say if you want to go for Erasmus, you have to contact international office. If you don't have any idea what Erasmus is or something, go to university website, go to international office, like the section, just send an email. There might be email with like outgoing at the rate university name or something like different from every university. So go and check it out. There are like different kind of programs and like the
Yeah.
paperwork is like, yes, it's a Germany, so you cannot expect like things without paperwork. But
Mhm.
those paperworks are like smooth. It will be like the whole journey, like the whole applying process is smooth. You will learn a lot. So don't get like overwhelmed. It's fine. As a newcomer, we have to learn these things. So be prepared and don't miss these opportunities. Especially right now, Malika is like in Budapest having her Erasmus exchange, like Erasmus semester, and she can also extend one more semester if I'm not wrong. I mean, as far as my knowledge, if you are going to Erasmus program, you can either stay one semester, which will be like 4 months, 5 months, or if you decided to extend one more semester, you can extend one more semester depending on your university criteria about your course and everything. But there are possibilities. And the fund, they will also provide you fund for next semester, you know. So there, this is like really good opportunities. And then talking about like right now she's doing Erasmus. That's like a semester program, you know, like one semester you can go abroad. And every public universities, I mean, there are some private university who have this kind of like facilities, but really rare private university have like, you know, Erasmus program or something. But like public university, they have so many partnered university, not only in EU, like Europe, they have in different part of the world, and you can decide, you can choose the course, you can see like whether, you know, like the your intended course is like related to that university, or they are offering like one, it's not like you have to take like whole 5 or 6 courses, right? It's like one or two courses. If you are matching with like the your syllabus, it's fine, but don't miss the chance. That's what we can hear. We can tell here. And talking about like, sorry. Okay. So the experience you have in Budapest, I mean, you already been to Germany like for 1.5 year almost, I think. How like the studies are different from like compared to like Germany? How different is Budapest? I mean, I know Budapest is like really nice location, but how about like study?
Um, I think it's really easy to study here than Germany because of a lot of things, of course. Here we have a lot of international students. I think in my class now, 90% of students are from abroad. Only 10% are Hungarian. So you have like a very diverse people around you. And second, I think here the exams are not taken that seriously. But in Germany, I have experience from my university. I don't know about other universities, but exams are taken very seriously, very serious. Like they take it like how we take SEE and the 12th
Yeah,
final
yeah.
exam in our university. It's same like in Germany. Like it's really they take it really seriously. But here, I mean, they even take online exam. I've never heard about online exam in my university. Never in this 3 semesters. I have done third semester in Germany. Never have I ever like heard of it. So I want to add something about like Erasmus that you were talking about adding 1 semester. I think if you add 1 semester, then it will count as double degree. You will get certificate from both of the university. As far as I know, so if you
Mm.
do 2 semester of Erasmus, it will count as double degree. So you can get the degree from both of the universities. And there is also called Erasmus Plus. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I mean, I do know, yes, there is Erasmus, there is Erasmus Plus, there is like also there are certain opportunities where student can go for like, you know, a seminar, workshop, and they can get funded from university. But as you mentioned, like there are two things which I want to discuss right now. One will be like you mentioned about the exams, you know.
Mhm.
So, I mean, most of the people, they, because we came from like different part of the world, you know,
Yes.
totally different than Germany, totally different than like other part of the EU. So exams are in our mind, we think like exams is like something where we have to sit in the, you know, in a exam hall, write a, you know, like a essay or answering or multiple choice questions. So that's how we grow up, you know, giving an
Yeah.
exam. But I think here in especially, I mean, right now you mentioned about online exam. So is it like different? Is it like just paperwork, like paper exams, or there is like also exams in term of like giving assignment where you have to write some kind of like a paper, or like you have to give a presentation to get like a grade? There are different kind of like, you know, exams. We call it
Yes.
exam, but different kinds, you know.
Mhm.
There will be exam where you have to sit in an exam hall and then write, especially like let's say in my course, I just gave one exam where I had to write something, you know.
Oh.
So it totally depend on like your course, what you are studying, and also your university. Especially it depend also on your professor because
Mhm.
everything is depend on them. So you might have like the same experience, right, with like exam.
Yes, I think my course is generally based on more theoretical part, so that's why I have more written exams in Germany. But
Mm.
here also I am taking like 7 course now, and from them,
Wow.
uh, yeah, and some of them are like the as you mentioned presentation and the paperwork. What is it called?
Yeah, yeah, the paper exam. I
The
mean,
paperwork, yes. And then other are like online exam, the multiple choice question also. So it actually depends upon the course and the professor, of course.
and so you don't have like a kind of like a course where you just have to give a presentation and
I
everything
do,
is like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah,
I do.
that's great because like that's the easiest
Yes,
kind of like the way the exam
yes,
I personally find. I mean, like I don't have any kind of like bad experience writing a paper or something, but giving a presentation, especially when you make like, like you kind of like making a video or recording, like, not a proper influencer, but, you know,
yes.
kind of,
And the good
in
part
the
is you'll
journey.
all get a good grade.
Yes, yes. I mean, not always. I mean, there are some professors I have like also like bad
Yes, yes,
experience with that.
yes,
But yes, most of the time, I mean, 90% like the chances you when it comes to like, exam as a in term of giving presentation, 90% of the chances you get like really good grade. But you have to
yes,
know, I mean, according to my experience, according to like Malika's experience, I mean, what we can tell you, like while giving like, presentation exam, be yourself, you have to know how you have to present. And also, if you are presenting by slide, don't just keep looking on the slide and read because most of the professors don't like it, it's
yes,
something bullshit. I mean, sorry to say, but you have to kind of learn, like you have to memorize, like, okay, after this slide, this is like the slide which is like coming next. And you don't have to read like line by line. You can just explain because if as a professor, as a teacher, if I'm seeing like a slide, definitely I can read. I'm not like I reach here after, studying all the way. I mean, guiding a student or teaching a student, they can learn. I mean, they can read it. So you don't have to read line by line. Just tell them like what you mentioned in the slide, like just a smart, like small description. But yeah, cool. Nice. I mean, that's really kind of like the things. I forget what was like the second thing I wanted to discuss. Um, I really forget what was that. So one was
Okay,
like
I
the
want to talk
exam.
about the consultancy because I think you also remember I had a very bad experience with the consultancy. Do you?
Yes, yes, yeah, I do. I
Okay.
remember. Yes, it's a long story. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, I know you
Okay,
since
so
like 2 years
we
now.
were talking about the consultancy before, so just
Mhm.
let's talk about it.
Yep.
So, like, I had very bad experience that you were telling, they will tell that they are telling people that they are not eligible for you public universities and such things. You know why? Because they are partnered with the private universities, and of course they get money from it. We all know about that, but they charge around 1 lakh for you
Oh,
just for
wow.
applying, and the application is really easy, okay? Just do your research. It's really easy. And then just few days back, I have a friend in Berlin and she was applying for her sister. I mean, not her one sister, but her like
Like a
relatives.
cousin. Yeah.
And she was telling me that one consultancy from I think Dharan, yeah, Dharan. I'm not sure.
We don't have to take like
Okay.
the name of the any
Yes, okay. I think
consultancies
what
because.
Dharan, and they took 20,000 rupees to open a bank account for Fintiba. I mean, the block
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Now I remember
account.
the yeah, I remember
I
the
told you, right?
situation. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yeah. I also got like the
And
text
the
from her.
total amount to do the application, I mean, if you get the visa, you need to pay around like 30, 40,000. And the 20,000 for Fintiba is, I mean, that's different. And Fintiva account, you don't need have to pay to open the Fintiva account. You don't need to, even €1, you don't need to pay. Okay. So, I mean, stop going to the consultancy and just do your own research. I can understand the frustration because I have been through it and I went to a lot of consultancies, but I had really bad experience with them because like I had to re-interview. They take like interview two times for me because my course was starting from March, but I still
Mhm.
had 6 months. So like they told
Ah,
me to
yeah,
come
yeah.
again for the interview.
Yeah, they might
So
be telling you like you are too early for like next
yes,
semester.
yes.
Yeah, it happened
And
with
for
one
both
of my
times,
student also.
I booked the appointment for myself and I did everything. But before that, I paid 15,000 to them. And after that, they were even asking for the money when they knew that I received my visa. They were asking me for money and they were threatening me as well. I
So
blocked
you,
them from everything. So I did
sorry.
everything. So why would I pay you the money? You just applied to the university, so I paid you 15,000. Don't just like threaten me.
Yeah, sorry to hear. I mean, that's something, I mean, we do have also like, it's not like I mean, normally we don't recommend as a company. We have also partnered with like some private universities, but it's mostly like I don't know why people charge for these kind of things because like opening a block account is nothing, you know.
Exactly.
Opening a block account, I think like I have to make a video about like how people can open a block account. It's not like you have to open for like in like X block account or Y or Z. You can open in any block account, doesn't matter. It will not cost you any money. You will get like your free health insurance confirmation. You will also get like a free travel insurance. So don't fall like don't I mean okay, if you are taking guidance, I know like especially for the bachelor student, they might they don't know a lot of things about like the process and everything. It's fine to take guidance, but make sure you are getting guidance from a right person, most
Exactly.
most of the people, most of the consultancies, they never been to Germany, they
And
don't
they
know
don't know
any.
anything.
Yes, and they are like the one who kind of like based on your application, they are testing, they are like learning. So it's like try and test. Doesn't matter. They don't care whether you are getting a visa or not. You know, they will at the end of the day, they will make money from you, but what you will get? Nothing. Because I had like I got like some, like experience with like a student where the consultancy, they are applying for the first time to Germany
Hmm.
and they're taking like this student as an example. Who cares whether like this student will get a visa or not? And then once they got like the initial money, they don't care you know so as a company, like of course we are professional, we are helping student, but we never ask any student, hey, can you pay us in advance? No way. you know we have our own, I'm not promoting here our company, definitely not. We are not like, the one who contact like a student, hey, do you need guidance or something? But the way we work is totally different than other consultancies. I mean, Malika knows us. I mean, it was great to help you. I mean, I was super happy to, like help you in the between your journey. Great. And I can proudly say like you're doing great job. You came to Germany. People comes to Germany and then they just stay in private university and paying like a huge amount of money. There are a way, you can study like as a Malika, she also studied 1 year in private university, then switched to like public university. Now she don't have to pay any tuition fee. That's the best. But there are like it's not only about like tuition fee. It's about also about like the facilities. I mean, most of the public university, they have like huge amount of facilities. Right now she's chilling in Budapest, having good time, is studying. Definitely she has to study, but it's most about like she don't have to pay for this. And when you are in private university, you will not get like these kind of facilities. Day before yesterday, I came from Bulgaria. Like I went through the university, I went there, stayed 2 days, had a meeting, came back. In January, went to Indonesia from university. You will not get these kind of opportunities. So it's always nice to be in, like public university, because there are like a lot of plus compared to minus. And okay, that's talking about your journey, it's like sounds really adventurous. And any advice to students who are thinking, studying abroad, especially like because we both are in, Germany. I mean, right now you are in Budapest in Hungary, but you will be back. I mean, you were here in Germany. So any advice to student, those students, especially like the younger one who just finished their plus two intermediate and or even like bachelor degree. I mean, they want to do master degree. So any advice to them?
Okay, so firstly, I know the frustration. I can totally relate to you. So, like, don't let someone make you fool, okay? Especially who are graduated, like plus two graduated. I know you don't know a lot of things. You don't have any experience, but like for bachelor's students must who completed their bachelor's, they might have a lot of like information, and they are mature already. So for plus two students, I mean, you are still a kid, okay? So you don't have to worry, and you don't have to go to consultancies to get the like information. If you want, you can get all the information online, YouTube. There are a lot of videos. I mean, you just do your research yourself. Don't let anyone make you fool. It's not totally worth it. Like, you're paying 1 lakh is not a less money. You are paying 1 lakh for just the application. You don't know what will you have to face once you come here. Once you be here, it's even harder. So you need to learn a lot of things. Of course, okay, you'll tell me that you also applied through the private consultancy. Yes, I did. I regret it, but later I learned a lot of things. Later, I applied to the university myself. I opened the Fintiba letter myself. I took my appointment myself. So I did a lot of things. I learned a lot of things, and it was hard, of course, but it was always worth it. So don't ever like fear to try new things and do your research. And yes, don't even hesitate to contact people. It's trust me, it's always worth making effort. So just do it.
That's great advice, Malika. I really appreciate. I mean, I was going to mention when you said like you of course you applied through consultancy in the beginning, but I was going to mention you like but later after 1 year you did it
Yes.
yourself. You were in contact with me.
Even
I
when
mean
I was
all
in
the time.
Nepal,
But
I did.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
when I was in Nepal, they only applied to the university, and I paid
Ah,
them the amount. But later, they didn't even book the appointment for me. I did it myself. I didn't sleep for like a whole night. I was waiting for the appointment, and I did it myself. I even opened my Finti by myself. And of course, I was getting guidance, of course, from you, and there were some other people as well. I was asking them a lot of things, and I did it myself. So even after coming here, I applied to the universities. I actually got admission, the offer letter from three universities: Trier and Deggendorf, where I'm studying right now, and there is
mhm.
one another. I forgot the name. It's nearby Nuremberg. I actually got admission from three universities, but I chose Deggendorf because of Erasmus.
No, I mean talking about Erasmus, I think like most of the public universities had these options. I mean, because like it's not only like recently I have guided like four students from Timor-Leste.
Mm-hmm,
You, I mean, you might know like the country. It's somewhere nearby Indonesia. So
mm-hmm,
I didn't they contacted me through my YouTube channel. They saw our video and then they contacted us. And then I was like so kind of amazed. They
mm-hmm.
are in a tiny, small country and they are coming here for Erasmus. you know. So
Oh,
you
nice.
can imagine it's not only like our university, it's not only your university, it's not my university. It's like the different university, they do have like this, this facilities, this program, So I mean, as far as I know, all the public university they have Erasmus
Have like
programs. Yeah.
they have a lot of scholarships as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can discuss a little bit about scholarship. I mean, well, I didn't get a scholarship though I applied, but I mean, we can talk. We can definitely talk. Yeah, talking about scholarship, I can also. I mean, maybe like you can also tell about like the what kind of a scholarship and then I can add if there is like leftover.
Okay, so in my universities we have a lot, but especially for few scholarships, like they prefer. I mean, the not they prefer. The requirements is you need to have EU residence or the EU passport.
Mm,
So
mm.
for the rest of other scholarships, one is DAD scholarship. If
Yeah,
you know, right,
yeah, yeah,
DAD
yeah, yeah.
scholarship, and there is I forgot the name, but
This
it's like Deutschland Studien
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. This is like a Deutschland Stipendium.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
you will get like a 300 euro per month for next for I think like for 1 year or one semester, something like
semester.
that. Yeah, yeah. There is like some yeah. I mean semester or
And
one
in my
year. I don't know.
university, there is another scholarship where if we buy books or laptops within
Oh.
second semester to fifth semester. First semester you can't apply. If you are in sixth semester, you can apply. Between those time, you can apply for this scholarship. If you have bought a laptop or books, you will get around 100 euro to 500 euro. Like if you submit those
And
bills.
the bills, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, see, I was not aware of this because once I mean, before buying this laptop, I contacted one of our like Grundenzentrum, like it's called like a startup center because I was in the journey where I was like registering for my company and I asked them like, hey, can I have a laptop? Or let's say not a laptop, but I asked them like, hey, can I have some money to buy some equipment for me?
Mhm.
And then they said like, well, we cannot provide you the money, but if you, as you mentioned, you need like a laptop, so we can provide you laptop. So
Mm.
they were like not like forever. Like you can borrow you can borrow laptop for like as many days or as many months as you want. But for me, it's like I said like, no, it's fine because like I don't want to kind of like do all the setup in their laptop and then suddenly I have to return. So somehow I
Yeah.
managed to buy. But yeah, there are some other scholarship. One is I think it called like Bay Fog or something. Bay F O mit
Oh
umlaut or
yes.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that's also a really great scholarship where you will get like around 1,000 euro per month. Like that's amazing. And talking about DARD scholarship, for DARD scholarship there is like a criteria. You must have
Mhm.
like certain year of experience, especially 2 year
Yes.
of experience. That's like a minimum requirement, and it's not easy to get also. And other scholarship for that, visit your university website. They have like, like one section where they mention all, about like scholarship, about the criteria. There are other scholarship which, I mean, which I know is like, one is like, if you want to do your let's say you want to write your no let's say in this way, you want to do internship in different country, not in EU. You can get like the contract, like for the internship contract, let's say I'm not from EU, so I can get from India or Nepal or like other part, and then I can apply for promos, scholarship. So that's like something where you will get like certain amount. That certain amount is huge. It's not like, just like couple of bucks. It's like in
Yes.
hundreds. You will make like good amount of, I mean, well, I'm not saying like it's a kind of like do as a business, but if you are getting an opportunity to do your internship abroad somewhere, even in your home country, then contact your international office or this job center from your university, like, or you can contact, like, if you have like a Grundenzentrum, like a startup hub. So even if you are contacting anyone, they will guide you, like they will forward your email to the respective person who is like responsible for these things. So do check out, because these are the opportunities you will not get in especially in private universities. But yeah, thanks a lot, Malika. Thanks. I really appreciate for your time and everything. Thanks for sharing about like your journey. It's really inspiring, especially for me. I mean, for me, yes, I do know you since like almost 1.5 year or 2 year now, but it's also inspiring for like the people who want to study here in Germany, and they should learn from you. They should learn at least, like kind of like being in the safe side and then doing some research, applying to university by themselves. I mean, definitely they can contact us also if you have any doubt, any questions. We are here to help you guys. I mean, okay, as a company, we have to charge you little money, but that money is like nothing. You don't have to even if you are in that situation where you feel like you don't have money, or you cannot afford, like like the fee or something, talk to us. We will guide you. We have guided like so many students without
Yeah.
taking any amount of money. So 95% of our students are where we guide them for free. We don't charge because charging, I mean, making money is nothing. You can make money like boom. I'm getting so many opportunities from like other consultancies where they are asking me to train their staffs, and they are offering me like, hey, just tell the amount, we will pay you, guide our staffs. But for me, it's like, especially as a social entrepreneur, I do not want to do these kind of things, especially when, if, let's say I train those staffs, those people, and they are going to make like money from the student, you know why the hell I will give them like chance to, like, do these things? I mean, if student can contact us, we are here. We will be happy to assist you throughout, like, your journey. And we are also trying to make, different videos. This was like especially for those students who already, I mean, let's say, who are already in Germany. They are staying in private university. There are possibilities where you can change, where you can switch to public university. I right now what I got one more question, Malika, if it's fine to ask, if you are
Mhm.
okay with that. So as you mentioned, like you changed like university, but when I was like, I got like, some information from like a student where he applied and then uni assist rejected his application, saying like, right now your bachelor degree where you are studying here in Germany itself is not recognized in Germany. So that means like some of the courses in public universities are not recognized because they are offering you degree from different country, like let's say from
Yes.
UK or some. You are aware of that, right?
But
So
are you okay? I don't want to promote the university, but there are universities which are German based, and
mhm.
there are universities which are UK based. Okay, private university also. So for those university which are UK based, I think a lot of courses are not registered like in Germany. So that might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
the
yeah.
case.
I mean, I also don't want to like point out any particular university because that's something which it should be like students should take care of this before choosing
Mhm.
that. They have to do some research and, like, then only decide to go to, like, particular university. But yes, I do. I personally have like experience where uni assist rejected, like, hey, yes, I mean, we cannot like offer you, or like we cannot give you like VPD because of this reason. The
Mhm.
reason was like the degree was not recognized in Germany, and then the student had ended up paying huge amount of fee for next year, and at the end of the day, it's like you don't have anything in your hand. So please, make sure you are choosing the right university. It's not also like you have to, like get guidance from us, nothing at all. But
Mm-hmm.
just make sure like, you are in the right hand, you are doing the right thing. And then only you can succeed in, like with your journey, like with your student journey here.
Exactly. Don't just apply to any university your consultancy is telling you to. I mean, just do your own research first.
Yeah, I mean, I also there is one more thing like which I personally want to mention in this because like especially when you are like a bachelor student, you don't know a lot of things, but there are like master student also who ended up in a expensive, really expensive universities, but the same course can be, even if you want to study in like a private university, the same course you can study in like less fee. You know, I don't want to like, take the name of the student or like the take name of the university or something. No, but the amount difference, like
Mm-hmm.
the course which the student can study in a private university and the same course where like the student is studying right now, the difference between like the fee is like 10,000 euro.
I mean, 10,000 euro is a lot of money. You
That's the
nearly
difference.
1,000 per month.
That's the difference. That's the difference between two like fee. So you can imagine how much, like the student is paying. So really, I mean, it's not like it's your money, not your money. Of definitely you are not making money. It's your parents' money, So utilize your parents' money in a right way, Choose the university, talk to the people who are already here or talk to the most of the time, see most of the time student like people want to make money out of you,
Mhm.
even if they are like helping you to get like admission in any university. They are, I mean, it's I mean, even we also, if we are guiding you, of course at the end of the day we want to get some money because like we are spending huge amount of time on you,
Yes.
we deserve some money. But for us is like we as a individual or as a company, we try helping student. We don't need anything, like from you. We don't need anything in advance or something. Once you are done with all the things, once you have like your visa in hand, then if you feel you can pay us. If not, that's also fine. We are really like kind of like the like especially I want to make like a company where we are helping those students who cannot even afford a little amount, you know. Again, okay, one last question, which then we can like, wrap up our podcast. Thanks a lot again. Like, it's really nice to talk with you, especially and also like making this podcast so that like, other generation, other people can learn from your journey, from us. And talking about like, what about like the German language? You know, do you really need, let's say you are applying to English course, like English
Mm-hmm.
taught program, do you really know like need German language?
I think it actually depends upon the universities. Some universities has requirements that you need to have at least A1 or A2, but some universities does not have any of the requirements. And there are other universities which have requirements, but the requirements is that you need to have at least A2 or something, some level of German when you graduate. Like until you graduate, you need to finish the level of German language. Suppose the course I'm taking, although I learned German when I was in Nepal, but I didn't have the certificate because I learned the language in consultancy. So then I had to, like here in my university, I was doing from, I started from A1, A1.1. So I have to finish A2.2 until I graduate. That's the requirement for me. So
Okay,
there
yeah.
it depends. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, like what I can mention, like, because I'm the one who came to Germany without knowing anything, any German language, nothing. I know how, like the life is if you don't know German. And
Hmm.
what it's really great if you know German. or at least you know like the
Yes.
basic conversation. It will help you in your daily
Yes.
life. And talking about like opportunities, like part-time job or something, if you don't know German, there will be like a huge competition where, you know, like you are applying to the same job, then there are like bunch of other people are applying for the same job because they also don't know German. So it's like the same. You guys are on the same level. So learn German, even if your course is fully English, you know, if you want to have a good life here in Germany, because it's not only about like your university life, it's also about like, you know, once you get out of your
Working life.
apartment, like everything is in German, you know, you
Yeah.
went to immigration office, they will talk in German. Especially, I mean, if you are in a big cities, yes, they do speak English in at immigration office, at Rathaus, city office, in banks they do, or like with the health insurance they do speak English, but not everywhere, you know. So you have to know these kind of things, like you have to learn German before coming here. At least if you are able to, you know, like do like B1 or B2, that's really great, you know. So great advice, Malika.
हजुर.
म चाहिँ ऱ्याप अप गरिरहेको थिएँ कि
ए
सो
ओके. मैले त सुन्दै सुनेन.
केही छैन त्यो म यता चाहिन्छ कि त्यो मैले चाहिँ डिस्कस गरिरहेको थिएँ त्यो अलि गाइडेन्स छ यस so if you are like you know like planning to come to Germany, learn at least B1 or B2. If you are able to finish
Or
B2, it's
at
fine.
least learn to say like hello, bye, how are you? At least.
That, yeah, basic conversation you have to know. It's not about like it's a basic thing. I mean, imagine as a I mean, we went to Nepal. I mean, we are from Nepal, so it's like kind of, let's say I went to Hyderabad to do my bachelor degree. They speak different language, and if
Mm,
you don't know like the basic thing, it's really hard, you know.
yes.
And it's also like talking about like German. You don't need, if your course is like in English taught, like fully English, you don't need like a certificate. Learn the language, you know, learn A1, A2, B1, B2, as long as, you know, like just finish it, you know. It doesn't matter whether you are finishing B1 or B2 or A2, learn. Come to here, you know, if you are in a public university, you can give the exam for free, you know.
Yes.
Every public university have, I mean, mostly every, maybe there are like some university, public university, they don't have like a language center, but most of the university have language center where you can learn different languages, different international languages, not only German. You can learn French, Spanish, you know, like Russian, or you know, different languages, Polish. Even there are universities where they are offering Hindi also. I mean, not
Oh,
Nepali. I mean,
really?
yeah, 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 they do. There are Chinese. You can learn Chinese, Japanese. So different languages you can learn. And talking about German language, you can learn in your university. Then you can give the exam for free. Then you have like a certificate which is valid. And when you apply for like a jobs or something, they don't care whether you have certificate or not. They only care whether you can speak, whether you can
Speak.
write, whether you can understand or not. That matters most, you know. So that's advice I can give also. And I think like Malika can give you advice the same, you know, do this. This is like really important. Okay, that's that's great. Thanks for your time, Malika. It's really, I really appreciate, and thanks for the great advice you gave. R- really grateful insights about like your journey, about from like a bachelor degree in private to public and doing Erasmus. I wish you like, you know, really great journey, and also thanks for sharing your experience. Wish you a great time in Budapest, and hopefully we will see each other soon in person. I mean, summer is here. We
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
thank you. Thanks a lot. And that's all, guys. That's all for this episode, and I hope you really like it. Stay tuned. We are gonna make really good stories in coming days, especially for like those people who don't know anything. There will be like one episode coming next, which will be like about APS, how we can apply from Nepal, especially from Nepal. So stay tuned, and until next time, choose